Oh my gosh. Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry for being late. I think I just ran out of time. No excuses. And I think I accidentally clicked on turning off my Wi-Fi, and I hope that didn't disconnect anything or ex screw up anything. But if you said hi in the chat, yeah, I didn't have the chat open. Sorry if I'm not ignoring you, but welcome everybody and welcome back to Pinky Who Art's live painting sessions, live streaming, where I share my latest artwork and my process and life lessons, etc., with all of you guys. I share pretty openly. If you have attended my past sessions, you will know. But if you're just coming across me or finding out about me and you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe or follow button depending on where you're watching this. Hello, GM Trevor. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if the audio's okay, everything's okay. I think everything's fine today. Okay, so I'm really excited to share that I have a totally new concept today. As you can see, my my post my post image was a little dramatic today because I have something that I'm hoping to turn out to be pretty dramatic. But I am working on a triglyph. If you don't know what that is, it's basically three separate paintings that goes together as one story. And I decided to do triglyph because I started concepting this idea and I'll go into what the idea is all about and why I decided to do it in a second. But when I started concepting, the idea just kept on flowing, so to speak. So I decided that why not? Let's just do three of them all at once and see if it's better or worse. And new experience, new day. Um, yes, all good. Yay, thank you. Glad to hear that. But before I get into it, I am going to show you guys the painting I just got done the last session. And a little announcement, I can't forget about this. Yesterday was a big day for me because I just launched the four prints from my Preserve Me collection. They are now officially available and live on my Etsy shop. The link is in my profile and in the description below. If you're interested, if you're curious to see what it is, please go check it out. I am releasing the print with a frame this time, so you don't have to deal with the hassle of finding the frame and figure out how to fit them and whatnot, because I know it's something that I always struggle with. I buy artist prints and they just sit there for years until I get a frame, and then maybe another year until I hang it up. So yeah, kind of try to make it easy for you guys to collect. And thank you so much, Trevor, for already ordering one. I'm really excited, and the one that he ordered just happens to be in the book that I mentioned, so there you go. Congratulations. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the detail of my last painting. I am really happy with how it turned out when you are up close. But now I have, looking at this, because the way I paint, I'm like really close and horizontally. Now that I'm looking up vertically for the first time and stepping back, I was like, oh, maybe this whole thing could have been a little bit bigger, but there's always next time, right? All right, let us get into the details. Yeah, and don't forget to like this live stream to let the algo know. Okay, so this is my latest piece of my exploration for anxiety. It's called Restless Stillness. It's a whole collection, but I think this is probably the one that I like the most. So I don't know if I'm going to end up releasing or do anything with the other two. And it seems like that is how uh, my the not the last collection, but the collection before that was kind of how that went. The first two I didn't like at all, but then end up releasing the latter four, I believe. But yes, so I might just end up releasing this as a single art piece, maybe. And Trevor and anybody else who's on, maybe you let me know if when I'm releasing a whole bunch of them, if it gets overwhelming or if I should do it. Um, piece by piece, because I did notice that a lot of artists usually just release one artwork at a time, and I just release a whole batch. I'm always up for learning and new information. Okay, so this is what the whole thing looks like. As you can see, the border, it's on the wall. We have the face, which turned out super peaceful and serene, which I like. That's the stillness part. And then the chaotic floral kind of goes out from her skull, from her shoulder, from her face. And I purposely kind of blended the edges of her arm to be invisible because I want her to have this feeling of kind of cannot find her edge, so to speak. And I think the most prominent thing for me is all these branches and these vines. They kind of signify nerves in my mind, and they're everywhere growing. You know, when you're going through some anxiety, I think we all agree that our nerves just we don't know what to do with it, but it seems like it's overpowering, overwhelming, and that's why they're in the face, they're coming out everywhere. And then, of course, we cannot forget my orbits. I love how they turned out, actually. I have 3 of them in this painting. I'm looking at them, wishing I did them slightly bigger, but it is a watercolor art, not digital. There's nothing you can do about it now. Oh well. But I think they still look good as a whole. I don't think they are bad in by any means, but as an artist, I always look at things wishing I can do better all the time, every piece. So we have, let's start with this one. She is kind of picking at the nerve and like contemplating, trying to figure out where that anxiety is coming from internally. And then we have this one with a little flashlight looking out, trying to figure out where is that coming from externally, perhaps. And then we have the third one here. She is all business. She's pushing her arm. She's like, I don't care if you have anxiety. I don't care where they're coming from, but you gotta get going because life inevitably goes on. And I think after I get this done with this piece, I feel like the whole message of this painting is really that there's always going to be something that bothers us that we're not quite, there, whether it's depression, anxiety, just annoyance, daily annoyance, that it'll always be there. But I think the most important thing is to remind ourselves that life itself as a whole, if you step back, is beautiful, it's worth living, and you're beautiful. And we have to remember that regardless what's happening. So I guess this is the message deliverer, messenger message. This is the powerful messenger here, I guess. So yeah, I hope you guys like this piece. I really do. I love how the color turned out, and let me know what you guys think in the comments or in the chat if you're here. All right. Oh, hello everybody. Oh, welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beautiful work from Argular Artist. I'm so sorry. I'm probably butchering your name, but this is Vanessa, I believe, right? And thank you. Please remind your name if I got that wrong, but I think you're Vanessa. But yeah, I like how it turned out. Thank you so much. Little creature enjoy the Garden of Eden. I love that. And I always love my audience. They always come up with like additional ideas that I didn't think. And I guess that's the beauty of art, right? It is subjective, and we do get a lot of different things out of each piece. Okay, so today, I think you missed in the beginning, but I am working on a triglyph today. I don't know if I'm going to work on all 3 at once or just one by one, but I think I'm going to start with one, and then I had to mix the colors for it because they're going to be very tonal all throughout. And then we'll see if I'll end up working on all of them at once or one by one. Oh, and you might wonder, what are those little things on top? So I did kind of prep the background already, and these are purple rice grains I kind of left there for you guys to see. but I'm going to brush it off when I do it. And there's a little bit of salt grain on top. I don't know if you guys can see, but there are little salt grains on top to get all these textures in the back. So now I'm going to a challenging three-piece. I don't know. I feel like after I worked on those big ones, um, these smaller ones doesn't seem as intimidating anymore, but I haven't worked on a small one in a while. So yeah, it could be challenging. Right now they do look like messy blobs right now though. But but they will be okay. All right, so I'm gonna brush off, clean off the surface. I did, leave them on for you guys to see. There's some here, some here. I'm gonna brush them off now. But yeah, how you guys been? I had it wasn't meant to be, but I had a crazy morning actually because I'm not a very good time manager when it a lot of times. A case of, oh, I don't know about piece of cake, but we'll see. I did have this vision of how I want to paint them. I want to do them slightly different than how I've been usually in the past. But we'll see. I did say at one point that old habits are hard to break. I had a crazy morning because I think I shared. Well, I shared. I don't know if I shared. Actually, I don't remember. I am applying for an art fair, and I wanted to get the application done ASAP because the deadline is coming up. But and I had to scan this piece of artwork that's in the back, but because it's so big, it crashed my computer a whole bunch of times. And I was up since like 4 a.m. trying to get it done. Um, so I finally got it done, but I kind of lost track of time. So I had to like quickly get ready and get going. But I'm here now, so that's all that matters. But yes, so these are this is a triglyph I mentioned. They are more, I want to do them a little bit more abstractly than, I think the past, I guess all the pieces I've done this year have been very figurative, right? They have a woman, a face in it. And I want to do these three, just the flowers in my orbit, and they totally tell kind of a different story, a different feeling. And perhaps I'm hoping that they are um, more understandable to others. Not that my others wasn't, but I don't know. Maybe because they're smaller, it's less intimidating. Okay. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good week. Just continue to, clean the surface, but you guys can also see what's going on. So this set of painting, so I did share that I went to Korea, right? And I always get so inspired when I'm away from the studio when I look at other things. And I'm Chinese American, but I love all the Asian culture and all the things that they come out of those cultures. It feels familiar to me, but also so different. It's inspiring. So this trip, I was inspired by, I don't know why I was inspired. I think maybe saw installation in the airport or, wow, I can't remember what, but I remember the thought came to me thank you so much. Yes, I feel good about this. Let's have all the good vibes. The art fair is in Denver, Colorado. I don't know if you guys both of you are probably not near that, all right? Um, I think Trevor's, Australia, but I think Agro. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Agro artist. I think you're in Dutch, in the Netherlands, I believe. But it is, our fair is in Denver, Colorado, so it's pretty local to me. Okay, so I was Okay, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. Okay, the surface clean now, all three of them. You guys can see better. Oh yeah, the inspiration for this piece. I was inspired at airport. I was going to Korea. Oh yeah, so this whole set of art, and I think might be influencing a little bit of what I'm doing going forward, is that um, uh, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this term ikebana. It is a Japanese floral arrangement um, style. And I think it's there's a principles to it. It's a style. It's a very much an art and a discipline in Japan. And I think it's becoming more popular in the US, in the West, because it not only because it's a floral arrangement, but it requires the person who's doing the arranging kind of be one with the florals, with the harmony. And then when you're doing arrangement, you're not supposed to talk at all. It's like silence. You're supposed to just feel like the shape of the flowers, the branches, and then arrange it so that the best quality of each thing comes out. Versus, I feel like in the Western flower arrangement, it's I'm into flower arrangements. I don't know if you guys can tell because I draw flowers in my art a lot. But whereas the Western is very much, I think you kind of put the everything in a vase or in a container to make it that the to so that the flowers like come out at you the most. That it trying to it's the blooms and flowers is expressing a feeling, right? Whereas the Japanese one is very much about the flowers and the arrangement themselves, which I find is fascinating. Um, oh, thank you so much. I would like to think I'm a good artist. So ikebana, it's if you do, if you want to learn more about it, definitely look it up. It's a Japanese floral arrangement style. And I just loved the all the principles behind it. And I was like, I want to do that in my art, not only because arrangement themselves are beautiful, but also the idea behind it, because it's supposed to be very harmonized. It's very minimalistic. When you're arranging it, you'll be one with the flower. Whereas, me as an artist painting, that's very much the feeling I want to have and the feeling I want to project onto my paper on my artwork. So yeah, so this three pieces is inspired by Ikebana. Um, I probably will do more if because I just I don't think you can go wrong with these, so I'm probably end up doing more of them. Yeah, it's very yes, you're 100%. It's very spiritual. It's kind of a spiritual practice too. And also the interesting part I liked it was that the Western floral arrangement is, it's like a 360 kind of experience that you kind of want to do it all around as a bouquet. Whereas this Ikebana arrangement has very much a front and the back, because how you view from it will change, right? So there's a definitive front, which also reminded me of painting, of art, of the 2D artwork, where there's a definitive front. You can view it from all different sides, but there's like a proper way of looking at it, which I loved. And I guess it spoke to me in a way that made me want to inspire me. And then just quickly, I will explain the principle and I try to eject it into my painting as well. But I think there's so much nuances and I'm still just learning myself. Is that the top, so all this Ikebana arrangement has three distinctive levels. The I think the tie, the heaven, the earth, and the man. So tall, middle, and the littlest one, right? And the tallest one, the principles, I don't have vases in my paintings. I kind of omit that, but maybe I'll bring it back. Is that the tallest one is two or three times the length of the width or the longest part, whether it's width or length, the longest part of the vase. And then the second element, the earth element, is either 2/3 or half of the tallest stem, and then it's arranged at 30 to 60 degrees or 45 to 60 degrees. And then the lowest part is man, the man element, which is the lowest part, which is also half of the second the length, and it's also arranged at a 45 to 60 degrees. So it's like it's like this. One, two, three. So very, very mathematical and harmonized, and then they have all these stems coming out, which totally reminds me of how I paint my florals. Just like I don't know if subconsciously I was always influenced by already from, youth or whatever, but I definitely noticed that I have these stems coming out away from the flower. That's very much a ikebana element. So in some ways, I feel like I'm going 360 back to something that maybe was maybe more close to me than I thought. Okay, so that was a lot of explaining. I hope you guys learned something new today. I enjoy explaining too because the more I talked about it, the more I'm like, oh my God, this is so me. Okay. So yeah, so let's lean into that, and then okay, I am going to, maybe you guys are looking up what that is, maybe you guys are grabbing a cup of coffee, whatever it may be. I am going to make some colors and it will start. And I did mention I want to paint these slightly differently today than my usual. Wow, you probably can. There is a little orbe here coming out from these flowers. I realize how I did my background. You guys probably can't tell what is going on whatsoever. Okay, hopefully that will change as I paint more. Okay, let me adjust my camera so you can see. Almost, yes. Okay, it is Thanksgiving in the US next week, so I've been thinking a lot about you know, how lucky I am in life that I get to do art and get to pursue an art career, regardless of how hard it is. I want to remind myself and anyone who's watching that being able to do art is absolutely a privilege because there's places in the world, times in history where that is not possible, right? Especially with all the war that's going on in the world and all the, issues we have in the world, that I am sitting here talking to you guys about art and doing art is a privilege. So regardless of how hard it gets, I want to remind myself of that and also remind you guys of that. So this blue color, I think I might be able to use just out of the box. Ooh, okay. This is Persian blue from my palette, and I think I'm just gonna use it out of the box. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna mix some. Oh, okay. Little bit of, so I consider this blue a cool blue. And then because of that, I think I'm gonna use a cool red. Huh. Are these two the same? Yeah, cool blue, cool red. This is the palette, pretty much. Okay. I did say I'm gonna do, oh, and I also just realized I'm drawing a smaller canvas, so I probably should switch to a smaller brush. this right? This feels right. Sure. Can't believe the year is almost done. About time. I feel the opposite. I can't believe this year is almost done. I feel like there's so much more I wanted didn't get to accomplish that I probably should have. But I also know that's like a part of the wrong way of thinking about things. I think I should tell myself I got just as much done exactly as I need to. Okay. So usually how it paints, I will water glaze the base and then I'll, use clear water and then go on top with colors and, and whatnot. But today I did mention I want to do something different, so I'm mixing a bunch of colors right now. And by bunch, I mean not that many because I'm not using a lot of colors in these paintings. I want to keep them kind of tonal, monochromatic. Tonal, I think that's the right word. And I want to lean into the essence of watercolor and what that is all about. And you guys will see what I mean in a second. So instead of water glazing, I'm gonna do a base color. Ooh, it's pretty blue. I'm finally starting painting 40 minutes into it. So these are like the closest into the center. This is the center of this flower. Yeah, I do look forward to the holidays when I get to relax and giving myself excuse to not have to work so hard. I feel bad when I take breaks, but I also know how important they are, so I don't feel bad when I come back. And I think every time I travel, take time off, I always come back with good ideas that propel me forward. That's how the orbits came to be from my last year's trip. All my ideas that I have. So yeah, I try to not get hung up on that. Okay, so I'm painting all these petals, and I'm trying to be very careful about not making them too wet because of the next thing I am about to do. Oh, I wonder if I should have masking taped my orbits. But maybe not. Maybe next time. So I'm gonna paint all these just flatly with this color first. Now I hope you guys can see more of what's happening. Oh, they are drying up very quickly. I'm gonna go in with a darker color right away. This is sure feels way more dramatic way of painting, huh? Hence my super dramatic pose for my picture. This is underneath. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Yes, burning out is I've done burning out many, many times, and it's not the best feeling for sure. Okay. I am kind of being careful about letting the watercolor do its thing, except with this thick old piece of Gouache paint. I am experimenting, so bear with me here. It's so funny that when I hear you say like breaks are necessary, it's almost like I want someone to give me permission, and that now that you said it out loud, it makes me feel so much better. Thank you. I'm also hoping this new way painting will make me paint faster. But I don't know if that's gonna be the case. Okay, I think next time I should do small sections at a time because it's drying so fast. It's not giving me that time to pay attention to each piece properly. Lesson, live lesson. There we go. But I love how these, oh, okay, this looks great, how that color spreads. You are seeing it for the first time with me. Actually, whoa, it's too bright. So that's good. We'll let this area dry first. I'm gonna go in here. Oh, my music feels very appropriate right now. Like I'm on an epic journey trying to figure this out. I did just pick up some cooler blue, so to speak, for this area because I don't want this to compete with that. So note to self, my secondary color should not be as watery. I do have some like pencil lines underneath, but think this is, well, the watercolor is taking on a life of its own, which is great, which is what I want. Need a third brush. So one for the middle color, one for the dark color, and one for the last color. Oh, hello, Tom. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Fractals, yes. Have you always done art most of your life? I know some people start an older stage of life. No, this is something very new to me, actually. I have done a lot of different things in my life from, I, I mean, I don't know how far you want me to go back, but I used to be in construction management because I thought I want to be an interior designer at one point or architect at one point. And then I ended up being a consultant for 5 years of my life. And then for the longest career I had before becoming an artist is I was a shoe designer for over a decade. And then during COVID, I realized that shoot, even though it was a dream kind of job, it was still a job with bosses and politics, and I just saw my future, into my future for another 30 years. It'll be probably more or less the same, and I wasn't okay with that. So I quit my job during COVID and then decided to be an artist. Excuse me. You too. Thanks. I like that nickname. Better than Pinkerton. So yeah, I think most of the time when people hear that, they're pretty surprised. But um, you know what? My parents always, my dad won't say anything, but I know he thinks it every day of his life. It's like, why did I quit a amazing, perfectly good job to do art where I'm just basically a starving artist most of the time? Um, and to that, I say, when you have a calling, it's either give it in and do it and become fulfilled and happy, even though I may be poor, or I will be unhappy with some money. And I think the choice is easy, especially if I have the ability to do that. And I also recognize that not everyone, always the parents I know. Wow, that was a huge shift. Proud of you. Oh, thank you. I'm proud of myself, even though there are definitely days I think about, did I do the right thing? Because I was a damn good shoe designer, guys. And I made a lot of money for a lot of big companies. And I was paid very well, you know, did in like I said, in always a dream job. But my heart wasn't fulfilled, I guess. Oh, thank you, Tom, for saying that. I mean, I think he's a Chinese man, men of very few words, but I think he thinks that, but I don't know. He never talks to me about it. Okay, so I dropped in some pink here and that just like blend into the blue, which I love. I'm gonna do some of that here. I need to see. I was talking and then let the paper dry, so I'm gonna just wet it with a little bit of water. I used to design carpentry bedside for Hermes for a few years. That sounds amazing. So what made you quit that job or left or and or not doing that anymore? I think sometimes we get how do I say this? We get brainwashed because our ego loves it, right? Brainwashed into feeling like working for these big names, these prestigious jobs, quote unquote, is all there is. That's the life. But And I think that's why I have COVID to thank for in so many ways, that I think COVID made us realize what do we want as individuals in life. I agree. Oh, thank you, Trevor. I am a very overachiever, I guess. Anything I do, I want to do the best I can, sometimes to a fault. Um, but yeah, I agree. I think happiness is, at the end of the day, the most important. I saw this meme on the internet saying, like, like it's better to be happy and poor than die rich and overworked or something. I'm probably butchering it. And that just makes no sense to me. It was too much. Yeah, during COVID, yeah. Oh, that's amazing, Tom. I feel like we have kind of a similar turn of life, I guess. The farmland and the dog. That sounds amazing. Oh, that sounds so awesome, actually. Congratulations. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. I'm sure you are for doing that. I think it's impossible to not be proud of yourself when you give the middle finger to big corporations and your crazy overmanaging, micromanaging boss. Hope he's not listening. But yeah, I stand by what I said, that it was a dream job. If anyone was looking for a job, that would be the job you want to have for a creative person, I guess. Okay, so with some pinks are turning to purple because of blue. I want to do a little bit more. So this is my pink brush, blue brush, medium color brush. Okay. And sometimes I feel self-conscious about, because I want to become a professional artist, like in the galleries and be recognized, right? And I'm shooting high here, guys. And sometimes I do feel self-conscious about mm, the turn of events, because I feel like the art world is very much the art world favors those artists who come out of graduate school like in their early 20s and are already amazing, and then is devoting their life doing this. And then the galleries, they want to sign those artists because they feel like they have a longer trajectory with them. And we, I think, as a society, are fascinated by young geniuses, young prodigies, right? So I feel self-conscious about that. This is like my third career, basically, and I'm starting out afresh, like you know. But I also remind myself that if this is what I want to do, this is just what I have to do to be. Also, this is for you and everything you are working on, then working on the company. Exactly. I think at the end of the day, how much I can accomplish, how whatever I accomplish here is my own. But I also have to tell you, this has been the most humbling experience. Um, what I didn't realize is, when you work for a company, they shield you from a lot of these grinds, this shamelessness of going out of cell and tell people to buy your art, right? They already have a customer base. They come because they know the brand. And then I think, oh, I can do that on my own, no problem. Why not? But then you realize, oh, there's a lot of work that had to be done before that happens. So it's been the most humbling experience as well. But at the same time, I also feel like I have also learned the most in my life through doing this. I think I'm going too much into details right now. Let's pull back a little. Oh yeah, I definitely post to the UK. I post to Australia, so I don't know why I can't post to the UK for sure. And if you're interested in any piece, and there you can find them or have a hard time accessing them, please send me a message. We'll chat. Yes. Okay, Tom said, in my opinion, huge multinational or weird money laundering things. Oh my gosh, yes. Have you, I don't know, I saw this YouTube video saying like a lot of this Basquiat paintings, because if you've ever seen Basquiat, they're like, okay, like the artwork can talk all this uppity things about it, but it's the art itself is not that great. I'm gonna say it out loud. If anybody hates me for it, so be it. Basquiat paintings are not that great, but I think people use it for money laundering, and then not just Basquiat, but like Jackson Pollock. A lot of those artists from that time, the price ended up being so high it's because of money laundering schemes. And I don't know if you guys recently saw, but in the Epstein emails, there's some emails like referring to reference art and similar schemes, I think. Yes. But then, I'm not gonna lie, I also said that, hey, if anybody wants to money launder and want to use my art and buy them, please let me know. I think I might be up for it. But all jokes aside, but yes, that's art is a very good money laundering tool, apparently. Okay. I think I'm getting too much in detail into this right now, so I'm just gonna let it be. And I did say old habits are hard to break. And I'm trying to do something new here. So okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit here. But I did love how it started to look and feel though. So let's lead into that. And what I learned from what I just did now. Do you feel sad when your art goes to someone else? Oh, that's a great question. Yes and no. I do feel sad because they're no longer in my possession, right? And I'm like I don't know, I think all artists do this in some way. So you're like they're your children almost, right? You spend so much time with them and you saw them come to life. But at the same time, um, they are going somewhere where someone else will enjoy them and maybe see more value in them than I will. So it's bittersweet, I say. But obviously, I want them to be with someone and be on someone else's wall that they can enjoy and see them every day. Because my artwork, I don't always hang them up. They're just sitting there on a rack most of the time, and that is not what art is all about either. In fact, I did a collaboration with Fifi Rong, a musician. Um, it was not sold, so I decided I'm gonna send it to her to have because I'd rather it sits on her wall than it sit on my rack for, little just sits there collect dust. And not every piece of art gets sold. Even with famous artists, not every piece gets sold. So inevitably, there will be a choice at some point. I also did say that I'm probably gonna want to do a giveaway with those arts that didn't get sold. So I know I've been saying that for like a year now. I just finally found the mechanism. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a giveaway for art. If you guys are wants to get a piece of original somehow, maybe follow my Instagram account and stay tuned. Oh, I appreciate that, Tom. I just had this feeling that I'm gonna sell a piece of original soon. So maybe that'll be you. But no pressure though. I don't wanna, gross you. Well, maybe maybe it is pressure. Yes. I don't know, artists also feel like this way. I certainly do. That you feel so, just almost like feel bad about asking people to buy your art. But I'm trying to change that. it's a new day. After this year, I feel good about my art, and yeah. Yay, maybe I'll sell a original this year, next year. And then Tom and everybody listening, once you sell a piece of original, like the whole game changes for artists. I don't know if you know that and if you want to be responsible for that, but you should. Why wouldn't you be responsible for that? But I'm just saying that just in general, I think once someone sells a piece of original, you're you're a different tier. You are a different type of artist. And that's why you probably also hear this idea of like artists, the most famous artists like Michelangelo or Leonardo, they have a patron, which back then is the Medici family, but they made artist careers. They made them famous basically because they're willing to buy the original artwork. So I am looking for that person, someone who will make my career. No pressure. Do you feel it is underpriced for the time and passion you have put in? I feel they are. To them, I feel they're worth so much more. If you post it, would it be rolled up in a tube? Many questions. Let me answer. So I had the hardest time pricing my artwork, and I think if you ask any artist, it will always be underpriced because the art, it seems that you'll never be able to sell it for the equivalent to that if I had a job, for the hours I put into. But that is not what we're talking about here, isn't it? I think at the end of the day, art, when you buy art, it is a commodity. There is a market pricing, and because there are a lot of better, more well-known artists sell their art for X amount, that unfortunately I had to follow that pricing model, I guess. But I'd rather have a piece of art sold than not because I priced too high. So there's also that. If I post it, so much. If you post it, would it be rolled on a tube? That's a good question, Tom. I want to send them to you framed, but I know in the UK that it would just not make any sense for me to send it to you framed. So yes, they will be rolled up in a tube, but I am more than happy to chip in some cost for the frame that you're going to get, because I feel like watercolor should be framed and send it to you. If it's a canvas or oil painting, they'll certainly arrive to you framed, but I also know the shipping cost for that is just ridiculous. So yeah, we can chat about that. Absolutely. Yes, Trevor is my collector. He has been there since the beginning, and I appreciate him very, very much. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Seeing you sweet in one of the articles, Um, I want to say yes because I've been applying to them, and I did mention that last time that before it was hard. I feel like when I apply, no one answers, but recently when I apply, I'm getting more yeses than no's. So who knows? I don't know if you guys believe in this, oh, I did this again, this momentum of the world. I think when I had a job, this wasn't something that I was conscious of. But when you are on your own, you really do a lot of soul searching all the time because I'm not someone who's just so confident in everything I do. It's always no, even if it's something I do really well, I have a lot of doubts about myself, right? But I also absolutely believe in this idea that there's a flow to the universe, and that this energy gathers when the time is right, and I feel like that might be happening for me. It's kind of strange. It's very esoterical, not scientific, but it's just this a feeling, I guess. I'm also reading a book about how accurate and important the human feeling is, because I think we've been taught so much in our school that we need to listen to data, we need to look at history, the evidence, blah blah blah. And I think because of that type of thinking education, human beings have kind of stepped away from intuition and leaning into these unexplained feelings that I think we should do more of. Oh, I love this conversation, by the way. This is things I think about day in and day out. Love that magazine, they may be featuring so many artists. There is a flow. Everything cycles. Everything cycles. Yes, yes, absolutely. Oh, I think I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but I recently applied to an open call to be included in a coffee table book, and I was accepted. I'm so happy because now I can call myself a published artist. I'm going to get the art when I get the book. I would absolutely show you guys. But yeah, that is super exciting. Two pieces of my artwork will be included in a coffee table book, along with 99 other women. The thing I applied to, it was a women in art or women artists of 2025 or something. So that is super exciting. I'm really proud of myself for A, going for it, and B, getting accepted, because I think that I want to call it a little luck, but I also feel like luck is preparation meets timing. So because I didn't give up, I definitely thought about giving up. I did mention that this was the most humbling experience, and I've thought about giving up, but I didn't, and I'm not going to now. And I feel like that is such a rewarding feeling to be recognized in just even just very small ways, right? Okay, so I did the pink, these little pink. Yeah, thank you so much. I will take this congrat in stride. But yeah, back to the Tom, the frame painting. I used to sell my painting artwork unframed, and I recently decided that I need to take that step and get them framed, because when I buy art from other artists, it literally just sit there for like years until I frame them, and then probably another year until I put them on the wall. And I don't think that's an atypical experience. So I decided that I think it'd be wise of me to eliminate maybe some of that friction of having the art on the wall. But I also know some people probably just can't wait to hang them up. But I'm definitely not one of those. Well done. Hearing your perspective is so warming. Oh, thank you. Um, Crazy how doors open on. I think it's always that way, that doors open up is when it's most unexpected, and it's never when you want it. So that's why not giving up is so important. Preparation means timing, like I said. You're gonna be there when the door opens. But if you give up and not be there, then when the door does open, you're not there. So I am just doing petal by petal, painting a base color, drop in some color. I do want to go heavier here, so maybe go back and do that. Ooh, let's do this piece flower here since it's still blue. But slowly I'm gonna move it because there's some flowers here you guys probably can't see very well, but I'm slowly making them pink on top, so let's stay blue here. How do you go about choosing a frame? I have so many over. Oh, Tom, planting seeds, planting a last inception. Do you match with painting or yourself even? Okay, first of all, I'm jealous that you have so many old frames because I am looking for antique frames that's like super ornate from actually old times, and they're so hard to find. And if you do find them in like brand new in stores, they're so expensive, and I can't justify paying like hundreds and thousands of dollars just for a frame, especially if they're really big. So I'm jealous that you have old frames. But when I choose frame, it's pretty. I try to be very neutral about it because I know, especially if it goes to. So for my own home, for my own, if I framing, uh, if I am putting them up myself for my own home, I always choose white frames actually because I feel like white frames makes my art stand out the most because they are pretty vibrant and colorful and beautiful. But if it's a darker palette, then I would choose a black frame. But some of the paintings I've chose frame based on my furniture actually. I have a painting in a room that has a lot of wood, so I did a wood frame, which turned out pretty good. So wood goes well with my color, with my art, because my color is very organic and they all have flowers in them, so I think goes well with the wood frame too. I hope that helps. So yeah. But then you can be super fancy with frames as well. I also know that. Oh my gosh, yes, please do. Journey through the labor and artist, planting seeds. Thank you, I know. It is a not easy journey and it's not always fruitful. But like I said, I don't think anybody choose to be an artist because they want to make money, right? Uh, so yeah, just something we had to deal with. And I'm happy to do that. I was just talking to my friend on my trip about like there I don't know if I told you guys, but I was an art major undergrad, so I've always wanted to be an artist. But because of parents or societal pressure, or when I was too young to recognize things, that I was just too afraid to pursue this career. So I ended up doing other things that, for money reason. And inevitably, I am back here. I'm painting this area pretty neutrally right now. I'm gonna drop in some intense blue and see how that goes. They're like China dolls in wood house. Oh, that's so cool. China dolls in wood house. I love that. Okay, so it's still wet. We have that sheen going. Gotta drop in some. I want to be a darker blue. Let's do that. Ah, yes. And then we'll see it spread and. Oh, that is so cool. Check it out, guys. It looks almost like how flowers would naturally vein themselves. Is vein themselves a word? Might not be. Like, I'm thinking like orchids that they naturally bloom like this. Oh, that's so cool. It's like China dolls in wood house. Oh, that's yeah, I can't wait to see your frames. Maybe we'll do a trade or something. Awesome. Okay. And now fractals. Yeah, this is like I feel like the best fractal I've ever done. If I can put that bold of statement out. Okay, now I'm gonna draw some of this into this petal. Let's see how, oh, maybe I should do that last actually. And then I'm gonna I picked up some purple because I want to cool this area. The paper is so dry already. It doesn't accomplish what I want when the paper's dry. That's why to work fast and focus. Gonna put some water in without affecting those fractals too much because I don't want to influence them. Drop in some kind of magenta purple color on this side. And maybe I'll mix with the fractal. Oh yeah. I most likely will go back in and do like a second pass to draw out some of the details. But this is way cool. I'm gonna draw some of this paint out to this side, add some blue to that petal, some blue here. And this is when the watercolor is magical, right? It does its thing. It just does it because of physics of water. And I feel like I was always too afraid to use dark colors. But now I'm like, I'm gonna use all dark colors on light base because it's so cool. Yes. Okay. The physics of water. It's true. Oh, that's so cool. You know, I did say I want to do this part last, but I feel like once the paper dries and when I go back in, it's not gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna do a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I'm so happy with how that turned out. And also wore a blue dress today because I was like, I'm gonna paint some blue flowers. Let's get into that mood. So this piece has been on my mind, I guess. Well, also, on my trip, you know, I was talking to my friend, and I think everyone in some ways are looking for that it element in life. Because when I start talking about my art, and it's always with so much passion, because I can't help it, that her eyes started like sparkling, because I think that feeling is infectious. That as human beings we feel the person next to you's feeling, and I think, you know, that's maybe in some ways social media made us lose that, because we don't have that face-to-face kind of interaction. But it felt good to bring that out of someone, but also be understood by others in that way. But I guess social media also allows me to talk to you guys right now in this manner. So that's cool. So that's cool. And I guess just with everything in life, anything, there's the positive and then the not so positive. Cool. Now I should get, okay. For those of you who join me later, this 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 whole series, this three pieces, is inspired by Ikebana, which is a Japanese floral arranging discipline, I call it. And I was going through an airport and it dawned on me that the whole idea of Ikebana is very similar to the art that I do. And I kind of did some research on it, and the more I read about it, the more I'm just amazed by it, and the more that it resonated with me, because it really is kind of reminded me of my art in so many ways. Social mobility in the West is terrible, I think. Social mobility in the West. Do you mean like in real life or on the internet? And if you guys, back to the inspiration for this piece, if you guys don't know what Ikebana is, you should definitely look it up. Whoa. Let's make this corner a little bit darker because kind of underneath everything. Meeting face to face. Yes, yes, yes. Social mobility in the West is terrible. I think it's even getting worse for sure. That's why when I get like sometimes you get an in-face invitation, it gets so exciting. I also love it when people invite me to have a Zoom call, especially people I meet on the internet, on just on social media, because I'm paranoid. I feel like there's a lot of bad actors out there, but I love it when people invite me to have Zoom calls, because then I know A, that person's real, B, I'm about to have a conversation with someone that I never had before, which is like kind of rare in life if you think about it, to have a conversation, just like uninterrupted, focused conversation with another human being. That's not, business or work related. Kind of rare, actually. Okay. So did that purple. I hope it goes well. Oh, it's bleeding here. Oops. That's okay, actually. I do want it to bleed. So, yay. Stems here, stems here. People now. It's hard to meet people now in real life. The tunes, it's a lo-fi music I curated for my live stream. Birth rate are in free fall. Oh, yes, it's birth rate. I guess birth rate is in free fall everywhere in the world, right? I know that in Korea it's really bad, in China it's really bad, in the US I think it's pretty bad, but maybe not as bad. But is that the case in UK and then maybe in Australia too, Trevor? Is that the case too? Which kind of crazy if you think about that, if it's happening globally. Why is that happening? To go. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by, and then thank you so much for all the encouraging and positive words. A girl artist. There you go. Did I finally say it right at the end? A girl artist. Yes, I think it is too. The more west the technology, more downfall. Interesting. So anywhere that's more technologically advanced, it is worse. Then I had to blame social media. I don't know. It's like all the technology. There's just so much stuff, fun stuff for people to do. It's like, why have kids? Why do all the hard work? And also, everyone wants to be a YouTuber and famous for not doing much, right? That's going totally against the whole principle of having kids, which is maybe I also blame the education system for the past 30, 50 years, where it is so much about like individuality, so much about you are special, you can do whatever you want, that to the point, after three generations of it, we're like, it is all about me. I don't want to have to put myself, sacrifice myself for another human being or other people, which is what parenting is basically. Um, there's that, right? And yes, I think the unrealistic social expectation is part of it. Like, it's funny you say that, Tom. I think for women there is also like a kind of a reckoning right now, because in so many ways for all the feminism movement, or the you'll find your word. In so many ways that the feminist movement, or the rah-rah, that we forgot that that movement, besides bringing women up, we also had to tell men that you need to calm down, right? And I don't think that was like done at the same time. So that I feel like, at least amongst my friends, we joke that the other movement really end up getting women more work. Now we have to expect us to do well at work, to have kids, to take care of the family, and to do all the housework. So really, it just made women like just brought way more work for women. Um, and I think in some ways that's true, right? Like I think that's why in the Korea, in Japan, like all the women are like, I'm just gonna be pretty and be sexy and not have to deal with all of that, because having a job, making money is already hard enough. And living in a city, you have to have a job to support yourself. So all that's so hard already. Why do I want to have a family where I had to like have another full-time job that's completely unappreciated and all that? And I think maybe the birth rate falling is maybe a reaction towards that. But let me know, you guys, if you disagree or disagree. It's kind of maybe a sensitive topic. Oh, hi, Guri. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I'm working on a triglyph today. There's 3 paintings, but I don't think I'm going very fast because we're talking about some pretty deep, intense stuff, and I enjoy those conversations. But hope all is well. And I hope you started your art. I'm gonna stop asking though, because I don't want to keep on putting you on the spot. Okay, so next flower is gonna be interesting. I want to do it pink. Okay. And that leads to need for 2 income to be able for the family income. Yeah, absolutely. And I guess who has to take care of the kids and have kids anyways? The woman. So yeah, all that, I think just all how our society is set up is not very conducive for having kids, maybe, which I think it is worse in cities, because just cost of living is more high. But maybe overall it's true. I sound so bitter when I said that. But I don't feel like I'm in that position really. But I definitely had this conversation with my friends. Good luck with this. Yes, thank you, Guri. It is really rainy and cold here where I am. I hope it is better in the Bay Area. Whoa, what was I doing? Okay, so I'm doing this cool color, cool pink. And then warm pink and see if they'll blend. Maybe they won't blend very well because they're too close to the tone. I guess, I sometimes I feel like because of all that's happening in the world, that's why AI has to come into existence right now. And that's why we had to have a robot at some point in the future. Otherwise, um, our society will probably collapse. 1 degree Celsius here, brr. Chatting. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, Guri. Thank you so much. 1 degree Celsius, that's cold. Bundle up. I hope you're sitting by your fireplace with a cup of hot cocoa or something. Okay, I'm gonna focus for a second before this color or this paint dries or water sheen dries. Fractal here, so to speak. See, I need to have a really intense color for it to do what I wanted to do. Got it, got it. This, by the way, is a step I used to be so afraid of doing because, I don't know, it's just feels safer for me to apply pale washes over and over again. But I'm getting brave. Have you ever thought about what it'd be like being the size of dust and stand on one of your paintings? Oh, yes, I have actually. And I think that would be so cool. At some point when I was doing a lot of digital art, I feel like one day I want to make one of my painting into an environment. I think it'll be really cool where you can wear like a VR glass and go in and whatnot. I imagine that'll be something a more successful art when I become more successful. It'll be the natural thing because yeah, I want to do that. And I want to see that. I think it'll be really cool. And maybe, now that I'm talking about it, why wait? I should just do it one day. It's more just allocating the time for it, really. But wouldn't it be cool if I made a whole environment, 3D environment that you can step in and see my art as from the first person perspective? Pinky Who Watercolor Forest. Yes, and I'll sell that as an app, maybe. My daughter the other day say she was so funny. She's 6, okay, by the way. She was like, and then you need to have make. So basically, she wants me to make an app for her that says, her name on the app, and that when you go inside the app, it's everything that she does and where she is and like all her information. I start laughing. I think that's basically what a cell phone is for because she doesn't have one. But I'm like, maybe you're onto something there, girl. If I had an app, it would definitely be. I can include so many things, right? My digital stuff, a forest where you can just listen, zoom out, relax in. You can put on your Apple Vision and then just get lost in it. For example. We digress. Okay, so I'm kind of getting a little bit more comfortable with this way of painting. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I was still kind of going back and forth, very hesitant. And I'm trying to control the water amount because it can't be too much, but it can't be too little either. And then maybe here. Do the season affect what you create? Absolutely. It also affects how I feel about myself, how I view the world, very much. So my birthday is in April, so I'm very much a spring baby. So in the springtime, I'm just more hopeful, I'm more active, and maybe the colors I create in those, like maybe the subject and the colors I use, the painting I do in those months, it might be more bright. It might be a happier thought. I love summer too, so it's more or less the same, I think. And then I think when I get into the fall, my subject becomes more somber, I noticed, and also more serious. And I noticed that when I released my last painting, the first one I think I did in August, so it was more bright, and then as we went, the color became more like brown, more muted. So yes, very much so. And I'm also very much a seasonal person. Oh shit. But luckily, I found skiing for the winter, so that now I have that to look forward to. Otherwise, I've definitely had winter depressions back then. So this floral is kind of going back and forth into this area. I think most artists, I don't say all artists, most artists are very sensitive beings, and these things affect them. I explained to my friend when I was in Korea that it's kind of my job to feel those things so that I can tell a story of it in my art. Um, if our artists are saying things that's really obvious, and maybe their art won't be as innovative, if that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like as an artist, I have the responsibility to feel these intangible things that maybe you'll have a hard time to put in words, but then I can put them in paintings, into pictures. And maybe that's making this profession artist super serious, because at the end of the day, I want to create pretty pictures for you to enjoy. So it's maybe really not that serious. But I guess for myself, I feel like that is the case, and then I can decide how much of that to inject into my art and force you guys to see it. I was trying so hard to keep my brushes organized, but now I don't think they are in any order anymore. Let's see, fractal, yay. Oh, yes. It's really a more abstract feeling so far. I don't know if that's what I intended going into it, but I like what it's doing, let's just say. Just a bit delicate textures here to see how that goes. Okay. So the fractals here kind of got blended because I think that both colors I used was too wet at the same time. So we'll go back to that, no problem. This floor here as well, top here. And also, if you guys, anyone who's listening here who are artists, there's been a lot of scams trying to scam artists basically out there right now. So be careful. I've heard like every platform I follow have sent out either email communications and made a post about imposters trying to say that you have won a competition or you're invited to be in a gallery show, etc., etc., and then you probably inevitably had to like pay them a deposit or give them some information for them to include you and whatnot. So if you didn't apply to it, if you feel like it was too good to be true, it probably is. Be careful out there, guys. There's so much scam right now, and it makes me so mad that people are trying to scam artists. It's not like, basically they're preying on this I don't want to say desperateness, but like, all artists want their art to be sold somehow. They're preying on that emotions. It makes me so mad that they're doing it to artists, because it's not like our life is so easy to begin with, right? It's not like we all have so much money to begin with. So shame on those people, and I hope karma is a B for them. Okay, this flower. What I'm realizing is that I am struggling, I'm fighting between wanting to see the flower for what it is and try to make it accurate, like each petal makes sense, I should just let the water create its own petalness, if that makes sense. Sure. So I have lines drawn, right? I want these to be the flower petals, but if the paint goes over them and create new shapes of petals, then I should be okay with it. I should let that be. I think I'm struggling right now between keeping that to letting it go. Keeping the control and know exactly what it is versus letting it go. I am letting it. The goal is to let it go. So it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. Yes, I heard about. I know. So if you guys see it, make sure you tell people about it too. A lot of them I also found out from my other artist friends who made either post about it or the companies or the platforms that was impersonated heard about it or made a post about it. But I think it's one of those things we need to talk about it. The more we talk about it, the more people are aware of it, the better. Okay, let's let the fractals be, so to speak. Also, the base, if it's too wet, the fractal just blend into the flower. If it's too dry, it won't fractal, so to speak. I think I'm sounding like a broken record right now, but the wetness of the surface to have it just right is a holy grail for me right now. I think this piece, when I do my detailing, it's gonna look so good. Is it too dark? Also, I am really excited about doing the branches because I think that is what makes the ikebana, the ikebana part, ikebana-ness of it. The branches, that's minimal but creates this harmony and ties everything together. There's a warm color on this side, a bit cooler color on this side. Oops. I did say that my brush organization is all messed up now. So and we're gonna let it dry a little bit, then we're gonna go in with some of that intense color that we had on the other flowers. It is a little too wet right now to get the effects. So I think painting all three of them at the same time is something I cannot handle. So we're just gonna do it one by one, okay? Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I could do three of them at once. Yeah, right. Okay, so now I have some pretty intense color loaded here. Yay! Maybe too intense. It looks like supernova. I love that, supernova. Cool. Just gonna let all that be. What's interesting right now is also that what it looks right now is not gonna be how it looks tomorrow. So I'm gonna let everything dry and really get a gauge of what I just painted. Because I actually have no idea. um, cool. And also it's I'll explain. So this is the highest branch, the the sky element for the middle one, and then the lower one. So I try to incorporate a lot of the Ikebana principles into this painting. It does kind of look like supernova explosions. I can't wait to add details to them because I think with all the shapes and fractals, like Tom says, I think it's gonna look really good. Okay, so I'm gonna start working on the branches now as I wait for the as I wait for the, oh my gosh, words, wait for the flowers to dry. I'm gonna start working on the branches now. Also, I just love saying the word ikebana. That's such a good word to say. Ikebana. It's almost like a calligraphy. Feels like I'm working on calligraphy right now. And also, guys, I really appreciate, especially Trevor, you're here every session. Appreciate you guys here, hanging out with me, chat with me, and asking questions, because that really keeps the conversation going. And I don't know how some creators can talk. I guess I'm getting better. So with practice, always possible, but some creators I know would talk to themselves by themselves for hours. They live stream for hours, and it always blows my mind how that's possible. Cool branch. So yeah, the reason I wanted to do this experiment, these new concepts, I wanted to, put the Ikebana inspiration onto paper, because it came to me now that I had to put it out. But also, I eliminate. Oh, whoa, okay, guys, look, the blue from the branch kind of bled into the flower and made like a shade of purple. It's so cool. I love it. See, I told you what it looks like might not be what actually looks like in the end. Oh, hi, Kent. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, chat. We're having a pretty lively discussion, a deep discussion about many things today, actually. But I was just talking about, I appreciate you guys to be on the chat and hear me ramble and then asking questions, because it really helps me talk about my art. So how have you been, Kent? Where is, and I think someone on the live, also another reason that inspired me to do these is someone on the live, I think it was Vanessa Blue Butterfly, I forgot her screen name, said that all my lines are so organic. And I do create a lot of lines that's very organic in my art. And think I shared that this is actually these lines, doing these lines, actually one of my favorite steps of my entire painting. So I sometimes do a lot of it because I can just keep going. Um, but always looking good in the end because it adds a texture to things and the lines helps your eyes move around, you know? Drawing Ninja Turtles. I know, I saw your Ninja Turtle eating pizza. I forgot who is it? Is it Michelangelo or who's that loves pizza? I remember. Yes, I did watch the Ninja Turtle when I was a little younger. And is it Michelangelo? Someone's maybe they all eat pizza or love pizza. But yeah, I saw that. Ninja Turtles, that's awesome. I've been good. Yes, the book I've been in. I'm very excited about that. I applied to an open call, which and I got accepted, and my art will be published in a coffee table book. And the art piece that's going to be included also happens to be one of the prints I just released. So when art is good, people recognize. Well, that's what we hope, anyways. Unrelated topic, I just saw a post about the state of our current art industry, how maybe in the past 10 years or 20 years or so, it was just so dominated by hype. And we talked about a little bit, Tom, in the beginning or earlier that the industry is so much dominated by hype that people are starting to forget, or people are starting stop people are not appreciating art for art anymore. They're appreciating art for the how much they command, or like what was the most highest auction price. And when everything is about money, it stops being about the thing itself, right? Which is art. And not a lot, and we all can agree, even though art is subjective, that some of these very high dollar art are just not good art. They don't deserve those money. But some of them do, absolutely, right? And I think maybe because recently the art market is going through a crisis, that people are starting to reevaluating why if re-evaluating the hype cycle, and maybe we're in the self-reflecting part of hype cycle. Yeah, everything's because we're hooked to our social media, our 10-second reels. I mean, what can be, because when I edit my videos, I'm ashamed to say that, but I also had to follow some of these like best practices, right? I'm like, I had to edit my messages down literally to 2 sentences. Sure, when it comes to branding or marketing, that might be making you think more about your product, whatever, more closely. But sometimes with art, I can't just say it in 2 sentences and have the person completely understand the nuance and the emotions and the reflections that I'm trying to convey. And then I think because of that, you might find that, and I think because of that, in the maybe past 10 years or so, that all the art you see like Jeff Koons and those the art are very shiny, bright. You're like, ooh, shiny thing. You're like, that it's big, so it costs a lot of money. Sure, why not? But I personally like art that's more detailed, as you can see, that's reflected, more detailed, more nuanced, right? And Tom asked me if it's worth the money and whatnot, because it's a tough subject, because I could paint something that's could be done in a day, right? And I can maybe charge more money, but I just can't bring myself to do that. Maybe I should. I don't know. Jim Henson famous. Yeah, I think a lot of famous good artists now we think they are good. They probably didn't see a dime in their lifetime. Unfortunately. Look, like he stopped barely made money, but he was so amazing. Oh, that's awesome, right? So I said that earlier. I don't think anybody should come into be thinking wanting to be an artist thinking they're gonna make a lot of money, because then it starts to become making money and you had to maybe sacrifice your art, which I don't know, takes away the whole reason that we want to be artists. And I don't know how to say that word. Animatronic puppets and sets. I love animatronics. I think they're so, so, so cool. I know that there's like a festival in France at some point that they display those, and I see it, and I was like, I bucket list. I want to go one year to see that. Animatronics and hot air balloons. Obsessed. Love those lines. I love making those lines. They're so cool. Yeah. So now we can see a little bit of what this art is all about, maybe more so than before. But I'm gonna start doing my second wash soon. Hmm, that's interesting. Okay, I don't know his best practice, like, but I am going to go in with the darkest color right now for this painting because I want to kind of set the scene for it, and then go back to my lighter colors. Yeah, you know, like when those back to the hype cycle, when those art makes tons of money, then galleries, which is a business, obviously only want to represent those artists that is hyped, and they because you know they want to capture those money, and I think a lot of times they have to sacrifice the artness for it, which is sad. But yeah, like I said, hopefully there's a reckoning right now. Hopefully that will change maybe. And then I think that change will be good for me personally. Let's hope. I think I should do this brown more cool. I'm adding some blue to the brown because I want to cool it down. And for those of you who are watching, are you working on something as well? Are you working? What are you up to? I'm always curious about when people watch my live streams. Might not see the texture very well, but I added the shadows blue. Oh, hi Omar, how are you? Thanks for joining. I'm working on a completely new concept today. I feel like I got through the difficult part just now, so yay! But hope you're doing well. And thanks for stopping by as always. Toby, what's up? My dog's here. What's up? Just came to visit. Maybe he wants something. It was raining earlier, so I might have to let him outside in a second. But Toby, can you go outside? Can you go outside? Oh, I think he needs to go outside. Okay. He probably needs to go poopy. Can you go outside? Okay, guys, I will be right back. I'm gonna let this little guy outside real quick. Look at his cute face. But I will be chatting with you, so Dry spider Gwen. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Okay, come on, Sophie. Let's go. It was pouring. Oh, I see the sun is out. That's why you want to go outside. That's it here. It's pretty amazing. My AirPods still works at this range. Are you done? Come on, let's go inside. Puppy, come inside. Good boy. Sorry, guys. Okay, so sorry. Nature calls for the dog. Okay. That was a little nice break. You're drawing Spider Gwen. Oh wow. Are you on a comic character trend of thoughts right now? So yes, I have a dog. So you can see, I also have a cat. You might see both of them sometimes on my live stream, but definitely not at the same time. They're kind of frenemies. But it's really fun to have a dog and a cat because their interaction just hilarious. And they're both rescues. I like to think that I saved them. I did save their lives, I guess. Makes me feel good to think back, to know that. I think the key with drawing branches is that they're irregular, right? Very irregular. They have these weird nodules and breaks and imperfections. So I try to be very cognizant of that. And I also said that's this part where one of the reasons I love painting them, because I don't have to be so precise. In fact, the more messy I make it, the better sometimes they look. Okay, I think all my flowers are dry, yay. This is a good thing about small paintings. There is, we're talking about instant gratification. There is that little bit of instant gratification because I can go back right away. I don't know, on some of my bigger paintings, sometimes I had to come back the next day to finish it, and it just doesn't hit the same way. Drop a little bit of blue here. So now, does this like you might have seen an ikebana floral arrangement in your life, and does you remind you of anything? If it does, then I think I've got it right. If not, I don't know. It's a work in progress. What can I say? Okay. So now I have a gray, really light gray color that I mixed. I'm just gonna add some more details to a lot of these things. I think all these details, these background things adds a dreaminess to this painting. So it's not so like, oh, this is what it is. There's also a hidden layer behind it, also something that is kind of there, but not kind of not. And I think that's cool. The hidden things, the hidden things of things. Is that a thing? But anyways, all this is to attempt creating more depth to the painting. There you go. Organic lines, very organic lines. Dreamy chaos. Okay, so right now you can see that these gray backgrounds and the foreground are not that separated. So when I go in now with the second wash, and look, I can do second wash in the same day. That's exciting. But hopefully it will change that. Okay, so gotta go back to where we started, which is here. Dry. I might even be able to get to my little orbette today. Did you see this little orbette hiding behind this flower, poking her eyes out? Okay. Also, I am using a smaller overbrush I just acquired. It is synthetic, even though it says squirrel on it, but I love it. I love it so much. It's like a round brush. It's like a round brush, but flat. Maybe it's not that exciting, but I love it. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go in with if I want to go crazy, I want to probably spritz like a water spray right now to push all that paint over there. But I don't want to do that right now. Now I'm going for the drama, maybe. I'm really enjoying this music today. Makes me want to get lost in it. I'll bring a jar of water closer. I feel like I've been hopping over the screen because my water's over there on the other side. I am going to use a more muted blue. Start layering colors. I'm just gonna wet the edges. And adding details. I think with my art, when I line the edges of things, that's when like things become most impactful to me. I wonder if you guys see the same or feel the same. That's, yeah. I think I shared that lining the edges is my way of cleaning up some of that watercolor edges because they sometimes could get messy. I feel like I'm exclusively working on blues right now. how the veins of the flower petals work is almost exactly like tree branches. We're talking about the wonder of nature. That's how it's kind of how it goes, huh? Yeah, that's how nature likes to be. You go from thick to thin, and then from center and outwards. Really makes it different. I know. Just makes it. At least it organizes things for me, at least in my head. Funny enough. And then. Oh, sorry. Do that. Hopefully it'll blend. It is already blending, yay. I think initially I thought I could do this like I can wet the whole flower and then just do that to get the effect, but I realized that's when I did that last pass, all the color just blended together. So I think I need to just like messily wash the first layer and then having the second layer be more controlled blend, which is I'm wetting one petal at a time. This color's not as deep as the center. Let's change that actually. There we go. And I share that to, inject some light. You kind of want the edges to be somewhat broken in some places and whole in others, so that the broken places is where the direct light hits. I think I explained that last time with ink. That's something I learned in fashion illustration. And I think I was telling Ken about this, and then I realized why don't I do that with watercolor? Silly. Okay, now we have more shapes to work with. Okay, there you go. I'm making sense with some of it. Okay. Yes. This is actually slightly too wet, you can tell right away. Sometimes I hope I can do less washes and get the same effect, but it's never the case. I just can't be lazy or take shortcuts, which I guess is appropriate for life. Don't take shortcuts in life. It never ends well. Or maybe I'm not just, or maybe I'm just, not smart enough to take shortcuts. But I think with art, you know, that's very much process based. I think that's fair. So not only the paint has to be really saturated, it also has to be thick. I guess with watercolor, that's just how it naturally happens. Huh? Hmm. So this panel's good. I'm going to here. The fractal here. Ooh. Also, I noticed that certain kind of paint, for sure, fractures better than others. And I think maybe that has something to do with the quality of paint and how much pigment, like the minerals in them, maybe? Not sure. Mm. These things take time, absolutely. So you can compare this area, just this area. I haven't painted this compared to this area. You can kind of see, they're becoming more defined and refined. Now try. I'll be so happy if I'm able to finish this painting today, but I don't know, that might be wishful thinking. Okay, more fractal happening. Can't be too wet. Ooh, it's interesting. I'm blowing on it. I don't know why. Wanting to try. I'm blowing on it, kind of wishing to pushing the paint a little bit, but I don't. I don't think my little force is doing much. Skip. Hmm. Make this more green. Oh, thank you, Trevor, so much. I think it's definitely getting there. And again, is I imagine it'd be something very different. And I guess that's the process of art. When I first, yeah, I imagine something very different. But this is good. how I imagined it. I guess I thought I was able to get it to be much more like organized fractal way. But the force of nature. Maybe with time I'll learn to control water. But also you kind of realize maybe water is not something you want to be controlled. You kind of want to work with it, perhaps. I didn't like that white gap, so I'm gonna fill in with some blue. Go to edges. And then maybe do some edges here. Okay. Oh, this is dry but still damp. It's good to inject some color. This is dry. I want it to be more dry. Okay, gotta wait. Let's see that color here. Maybe it's strong. Yes. I'm also just so impatient. I just want to go on top. Sometimes things really just need to take that like 2 extra minutes that makes all the difference. Like this part, I should just let that wait. Okay. I think I'm gonna go on top with some white a little bit, and I think that's gonna make it really cool. Okay, now this part is awesome, so I'm probably not gonna touch that. This part, my light and dark got all messed up, and I think this is the part when it was not dry enough. I went in, so. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Peachy. Brown maybe is what I need. Yes. So to make, I find that to make warm red more like shadow better, actually you want to use a brown for the red. And then make it cooler, you actually want to use a blue. And what did I say I was gonna do here? First. Also, how cool are these lines when I line them? So cool. Let's wet this area a bit. Not enough paint. I need to go in with some super intense paint for it to do that fractalness I want. I'm totally borrowing Tom's word now, fractal, because I think that's exactly what these are. That's cool. Keep that. Do a little bit of wet this area, just tiny bit. I don't want to cover all this light. Just this area. First probably end up lining with some white, I think. Oh, let me put this in the background. This color. I'm kind of just feeling this because I can no longer see the pencil line I have, and I don't think it's that important anymore. I'm just feeling the shapes and kind of gauging how it looks overall, and then mixing color as I see, as my feelings dictate. Bit of co-creating with water right now, I feel like. I'll switch to cool red, I think. I think the play with cool and light, cool and warm colors sometimes really makes a difference. Oh, hopefully my other two pieces will go easy. Not that this is hard. I shouldn't say that, but I think it was just different from my expectations, I guess. I also absolutely believe that when there's anything you do in life, when there's this tension of it's not so easy or not so fluid, it's also where the growth happens. So you gotta have to lean into that. I'm telling myself that right now. I need to lean into it. So it's a warm area, slowly transition to coolness color this part. Cool. So it's supposed to be warm still. Let's blend that. And then I'm gonna add some texture here. Draw some faint. Pull some faint lines. I don't want to be too powerful. And I just realized the way to do that is to dry on dry first, and then do a little bit water on top. I should probably dry before to the water. Okay. Ooh, should we do some pink lines here? I mean, outside of it, yeah. Why not? Let's draw a little heart here. Oh, you guys can see, sorry. I drew a little heart just because. And maybe some lines in pink go into the ether. Cool. I should add some lines in pink here. It's not just blue lines. So this is actually the third color I'm using now for the line. Kind of cool. Oof. Wet this area with just some clean water for now. Oh, this petal kind of got all blended in, so I'm gonna separate them back out again, or try to. This kind of reminds me of chrysanthemums. Some chrysanthemums have these little crazy petals like that. And if you're curious, no, I don't always draw like a specific type of flower. I think I mentioned on my live stream before that my flowers are really just, I think they're more like the representation idea of flower. But if I make a specific type of flower, I think I'll make it super obvious so that you know that it's that type of flower. Otherwise, it could be anything, I guess. I think that's okay. I think let's do this here. Yes, it looks familiar. Right? Oh, that's a good word, Trevor. Actually, looks familiar is exactly what I want. Don't know what kind of flower it is, but it looks kind of familiar. That reminds you of something you've seen before. And that is exactly kind of how I feel. This back here. I'm feeling like, yeah, I wonder if I did the background too strong, but I'm not a florist. I don't think I would call myself an expert either, but I do find myself to learn more about flowers as I'm painting more. Let's bring that supernova-ness. So cool. Oh yeah, and if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing or what I'm working on, please let me know in the chat. Don't be shy. If you just want to stop by, say hi, please do that as well. Okay. Some dots here. So it's a bit too dark. I love drawing these textures on flowers, but they make these lines. Probably because, oh, I probably should use a thinner brush actually. That makes a difference. I say I don't love it because I'm messing up. Otherwise, I'll probably love it. There we go. How do I feel about this right now? It's not that bad. Very interesting. Okay. I feel like the background needs to get a little bit more blue, huh? Let's do a blue wash maybe. Um, let's do a blue wash on the some areas. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go in with some white. Actually, I'm gonna do the blue wash on some areas because I think it needs it. And then I'm gonna paint my little orbit since it is so small. Hopefully, it won't take too long. And I'm gonna highlight it, highlight white, and I think I might be done with this. Dare I say? I say that right now, but watch, like after I get off, I'm like, oh, this looks like crap. I need to redo everything. um, yeah, I think it needs a blue wash. Okay. It's all dry here. I guess I don't want to wash this when it's all still wet. Okay, I'm gonna make some colors, let all this, what I just did, kind of completely dry. And then we'll see what happens. Yes. wonder let's use that color. I have like a teal turquoise color that I almost never use, but I love the color so much. So I just wonder out loud if I want to use that, or mixing it with my blue at least. Yes. This is. Yeah, okay. And I think this is when I might have to use that, my little trick of spray bottles. Ooh, oh, can't see. This is a color I'm going to use. But I think I'm just gonna do that on the edges and not the whole thing. I have a spray bottle, just clean water. Look at that. It gives a super blended edge without laboring over the brushes. Here's my finger, just dabbing. And then I'm gonna push some of this blue into the background, periphery, or the negative space of these flowers. I guess I'm doing this because I suddenly notice there's so much white and I don't know if I love that. Hence I'm doing this. And I think we just need a tiny bit of wash, actually, not too much. I actually learned this trick in a watercolor magazine. I think I mentioned this before, actually, now that I'm talking about it, that this was like the trick effect of 2024 or something that I'm sure some artists came up with and then share with everyone else, which I'm so thankful for. Much better. Now it doesn't feel weird to me. I think I'll do it this side too, actually. I think I'm gonna do this corner, but not my top, so that your eyes will glow that way, which might be cool. I also tell myself that I need to do a background wash before I do the top because I hate how to bring paint into those really organic crevices that I usually end up creating with my painting. But literally every single time I think that I always have to do this. uh, tiny bit, but not too much. So now because of the spraying, I definitely made my paper really wet so that maybe I have to start my second one and then let this dry and go back to paint the orbits, which is fine. And oh, a little announcement actually. I totally forgot next week is Thanksgiving and I am traveling to visit my mom. So I won't be live streaming next week as well. So I only did twice this month. The holidays cannot be helped, so I will be back the week after that. Let's leave that be actually. I know time just is crazy concept. And end of the year seems especially fast because I thought I came back from my trip. Oh, I have like some time to work on all these ideas, and then realizing, nope, I gotta pack up and leave again. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes, I haven't. Did I? I don't know if I share, but I might have. I can't remember. But my mom recently fell and I kind of broke her hip. So, and I haven't seen her since she had the surgery. So I'm anxious to see her. Hope she's okay. She's recovering well. But yeah, I just haven't seen her since the accident, and I feel really guilty as a daughter. But I think because she's recovering well, she just told me that not to worry, just visit her during my planned time. I know that she's. It's funny. I think now that I'm a mom, the perspective's so different, right? I think I'll probably do the same with my daughter. Like I know she's busy and I don't want to inconvenience her, but I know at the same time I also want to see her. It's kind of bittersweet. Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, she is fine now. She's recovering really well, and she's a tough lady, you know. But yeah, I have guilt, let's just say. Which might be an interesting topic to explore in my art, actually. Okay. Okay, let's check this out. Oh, hi, Kuro. Hello, hello. Oh, you jumped in just as I was sharing the sad news. Thank you, thank you. But she's fine now, so but yeah, I have guilt. I don't want to see her. I know just be that's and I'm traveling, so I won't be live streaming again next week. So yeah, here we have this one now. So the canvas is pretty wet right now. I can't really do much. I see that I still need to paint this little orbit here, and then using my gouache as a last step and go in to do some of the details that I want to do. But I think this is like 80% done, which I'm super surprised, but also happy about. Oh, okay. And then Kuro, and for those of you who are just joining me, I am doing a triglyph. So this is the number one of three that I'm doing. Okay, so without actually, now that I know this blue wash needed to happen, maybe I'll do that now on these two. No worries, Kuro. Hi, and thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate you stopping by, no matter how long you stay. Truly. But yeah, bye, and good luck with your exams and everything in life. Truly trying to make how do I feel about everything right now? Do I need more? Do I need less? I think the blue wash is absolutely necessary. Also, I want to share that this painting 3 at the time is such a I call that the iterative process, that you just learn so much so quickly. Because sometimes, I'll come back next week, there might be things that I realized but forgot to implement, but now I can do it right away. See, I'm hesitant to do the blue wash right away because I feel like with this painting, the placement and the flowers and how everything was kind of informed me that I need the blue wash. But what if this is different? Also, like the direction of things. Okay, I have a little doubt, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go do it like how I did it before. Paint the flowers, get the details in first, and see how we feel. Yes. I do like the gray that's coming out of the blue right now, though. It's very pretty. Thank you, Trevor. You get me. Yes. I think these textures of watercolor totally makes this piece more abstract. I want it to be more abstract, I think. Okay, I'm gonna paint this one, the second one. I don't know how long I'm gonna paint for as long as I can, until this canvas is dry, so I can go back and do the gouache. That was my goal. So, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to. I don't know if I'm gonna get what I want today, basically. But it is 3 paintings I had to do, so sorry. But I'm so excited to start this one because all the fractalness I can just implement right away, which is awesome. Okay. And also how this is looking right now, this background, when it dries, this party won't look like that actually, which is interesting. Oh shit. I almost spilled this whole thing over my canvas. Oh my God. That was a stomach drop. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to this one. This has like this kind of flow to it, whereas this one is more like zig and zag. It's a very contrapposto. If you know Renaissance painting, this zig and zag feeling, whereas this one is more like that. And then this last one is zigzag the other way because it is a triglyph, as I mentioned. Okay, let's see how this one will turn out. Taking everything I just learned. So key to the fractal effect is to really thick paint. Oh, thick and what is thick and saturated paint? Thick. I'm trying to use, because if it's normal paint, I'll use saturated, but viscous, I guess. Try to describe the watercolor effect. Basically, when the watercolor is more watery, it's more water-like, and when it has more paint in it, it's more viscous. Oh, because if I know, oh my God, can you imagine if I actually dropped that? If I actually did spill that over the painting, I will have to restart. I will throw in the towel right away. Because there's no saving. It's one drop, no problem. It happens all the time. If it's the whole like container of it, there's no saving. This is, I will just throw in the white towel. So, yay. Right away, I'm letting it do this, like that. And right away, I'm doing it here. It feels, because I'm working on my second painting right now, even though they're really small, I feel like I'm so accomplished today. Like I've done so much. Oh, I think this is actually too wet. Let's do this. I feel so productive because I'm on my second painting. And not blend. Do you want to a little bit more purple, a little bit warm purple. Oh, too warm. Yikes. See, if when I paint petal by petal and let them dry, that they stay somewhat contained, which is nice. But I guess when I did the other way in the other painting, it didn't come out too bad. How are we doing on time? Okay, not bad. I don't think I'm gonna make this like the longest live stream ever, Trevor, so don't worry. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I did share that peach is like my new favorite color, right? sure I should have used this color in the other painting. Maybe I still will. Instant light. See, when you add peach, it's like it's almost as effective as adding white. Instant light. And also now it's starting to look like sunset in my area during the winter. So I hope it stays that way. Don't blend too much. Oh, I love this peach. Where can I add this peach? Maybe here. It needs a white background. I mean, like buyer's remorse. Let's add some peach here. Oh, okay, no. Pretty color. Instant light. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let it dry because you just saw what happened, but I was not patient. It's not dry, and it just went into the side area. So I'm gonna let that dry. And I also feel like I say that a lot in my life. Not the most patient person. Okay. Area 1. Yay. Let's watch area 2. 2. Yay. Little bit of blue. Okay, the painting I want is drying up. I think I will maybe able to get to the gouache part in a little bit. And I think I mentioned this before, is that every time when I do a painting, it also looks like, but once I add the orbits and the last details, it just feels right at the end. So I look forward to that. Cool. Also, I want to control this effect because it just really makes this painting look way more interesting. Oh, tried already? Tried already. I don't want heavy-handed. Resist the urge to blend. That's the theme of the today. Resist. Needs water right away. I know it's gonna dry before I even finish. Let's add some water to it. This area is already drying. I'm actually super happy I decided to do all three at the same time. I think if I did this 3 separate weeks, I would not have retained what I just learned. Like the feeling of, how to explain, the feeling of how the brush, the wetness of the brush and the paint and how I should balance them, if that makes sense at all. So now I'm able to just to put I just learned from the previous one to practice right away, which is awesome. So I suggest that if you have the opportunity, maybe try that. Try like paint 2 pieces of the same painting back to back and see what happens. I bet you'll learn a lot actually. This is a trick my friend taught me, and it's a thing actually. They do that with drawing. It's called iterative drawing. Is when you draw the same thing over and over again in a very short period of time, one after another, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I got it. I got it. It's kind of what's happening right now, I feel like. Do I leave it? I should leave it. That's nice. Gotta let it dry. Gotta let this dry here so I can paint this one, but I can't do this one right now. So yes, I should paint each petal, each area separately. And that turns out better. And I'm able to control it better. I just add a little bit more purple to that. It's coming out too blue. Okay. It still needs to dry. Maybe this area. We're pretty much still in the ugly phase for this one. Let's see. I also realized this concept might take a couple pieces to truly flourish. Oh yay, I was afraid it won't blend, but it did. It also makes it easier because I'm pretty much using the same color palette, so it's not so much mixing happening. As you know, that is like the thing that takes me the most amount of time when I'm switching from watercolor to gouache is that the mixing time it involves in requires. Let's push some of that in here. I'm not going with some cool red here while it's still red, still wet. So we got blending on both ends happening. And this is what we call a ombre. Whoa. You know what I'm finding out? The more fearless, quote unquote, I go in with a color, I think the better the result is. Let's be fearless. Ugh. Let's bring that peach back. This peach color is a lot of white in it, which makes it also look more opaque. And I'm trying to decide if I want. It's not bad. But I'm not gonna use that color again, actually. It's pretty fun right now mixing all these colors. Yay. Have you guys thought about any New Year's resolutions yet? I know we're still in November, but we're definitely approaching the end of it. And I think I'm pretty focused right now, so I'm instant because I don't know much is gonna get done between now and the end of the year. So I'm instantly thinking about what do I want to accomplish next year. I know when I get focused, it could be very scary. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have thought about that. And I don't know what it is yet, but I find myself starting to think about that. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Okay. Yeah, I had actually a lot of fun layering all these colors just now. I like this one already better than the last one. Oh no. So I really might have to do a fourth one to complete the triglyph because my first one. Well, I shouldn't say that too. I shouldn't say that. It's not done yet, so I don't want to. I don't want to hurt her feelings before it's even done. Or maybe it can be a 4-piece set. I think that's fine too. Love how I'm already like planning on to throw that away. That's not what I meant. Oh shoot, before I move on to the other petals. I don't remind myself this. Yeah. Yay. I caught it before it dried up too much. See, it did dry up pretty fast. This stopped. We stopped fracturing here. Let's add some water back in, and I'll probably have to drop in the glue one more time, which is fine. There we go. It might be too wet right now. I think it's getting a little crazy. Let's add some blue here. Okay, I'm gonna let this area dry. Oh, but I think this area is dry. That's... Now resist the urge to blend. Some more here. Some more here and some more here. Cool. Looks very dreamy. The stem's gonna come down here. Stems. So this piece has a distinct, like this area and this area, connected by some vines in the middle. I'm debating if I should do all the bottom ones first and then go on top. Yeah, I think I'm doing that. I'm gonna do that. I'm currently unsure where should I paint next. So I'm gonna fill in some of these areas. Usually when I start doing this, like things will become more apparent. Oh, I'm gonna do some lines here. Just backgrounds in. Are we dry-ish here? Okay, I'll do one more thing here, and then I'm gonna go back to this one because I think it's not completely dry yet, but it's not completely dry, but I think it's okay to do my gouache. What I don't want is when if the base is too wet and go on with gouache, and then the gouache paint starts to fractal around the edges into the wet area, which is not what I want. So hence the hesitation. Oh, how's this color? Oh. Oh, that's pretty. This is the palette I'm using. There we go. I should start with the dry area first. I'm like purposefully wiggling my brush a little bit to get that an even branchy effect. Oh, hi, dog. My dog is back. Oh, it was food now. Baby, wait just a little bit longer, okay? Because I suddenly realized I still need to paint the background. Oops. Just trying to make sense of all these lines right now. I can tell I was just like, whatever, just do whatever. When I was sketching this, transferring onto paper. But don't do that, guys, because then you gotta have to deal with it some point, like I am right now. Okay. I mean, this is okay for first wash. I like how the color is coming out. So this distinct this part and then the upper part. I like pretty colors on this one though. Super cool. Okay, let's go back to this one. Actually, let's do something I haven't done before because I've never painted three at the same time. Is to look at both of them at the same time. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna paint my little orbit here and then detail more details and see how it's gonna be. Actually, I changed my mind because I'm wondering if I should paint all the orbits at the same time. so I don't have to go switch back and forth from gouache. Yeah, I will show you how the orbits look though. It sounds like I probably have to finish this painting on my not next week, but the week after that with you guys, which I'm happy to do. But there's a little one here, it's holding onto the flower. There's this one here is holding this branch, probably thinking if she should climb up or not. And then there's little one here, it's hiding, poking out, but not doing a very good job of hiding because her stigma, is it called? Is already exposed. Mm, coming together nicely. Thank you, Trevor. I think so. Yeah, I totally had a different. Actually, I don't know. I knew I was gonna try something different, but I have no idea how it's gonna come out. But I guess I trust myself that it was gonna come out one way or another. So it's coming out good. I'm gonna do one last thing and then I'll let you guys go. Okay? Love the orbits. I know, me too, Trevor. I love my orbits. I do think I have these ideas that I want to do with just my orbits, with them as the star, so to speak. Ooh, this is so bumpy. The paper is so wet. So with watercolor paper, I don't know if you guys can see, but oh, maybe it's not so obvious on the screen. I'm glad actually, but it's actually very bumpy and warpy right now. But once it dries, it'll be okay because I did stretch it and I did expand it one time already, and it shrunk back nicely. So that's when you know you have a high quality paper. Um, I think. I think. Because with like letter paper, for example, once it gets wet, it stays warped. And with the art paper, I think when the warp flattens out again, you know you have something that's pretty high quality. At least from my experience. This paper I'm using right now is just actually something I got from Temu. It wasn't very expensive, but I guess it was expensive for Temu standards. Um, but we all know Arches paper is pretty expensive, which is the brand I'm currently using. This was not the step I was gonna do because I just saw that these areas have not been rendered, so to speak. And render is a digital word, so I'm not rendering. Second wash. There you go. There. Words. So what I wanted to do with you guys on screen right now is to actually drop in some of the white highlights that I think will make a big difference without actually painting. The highlight I'm using is in gouache, but I'm not gonna paint the orbits today because yes, mixing gouache paints takes so long, so I don't want to switch them back and forth, so I should just paint all of them together at once. Some white gouache. And I'm keeping them pretty thick, not adding a whole lot of water. And the good thing about gouache is if it dries, like all these color, I can just add some water in and they'll go right back. They bounce right back like rubber bands. right away, I'm gonna do some center for the flower. I think I'm talking a lot, so my words are jumbling now. This is also when I know I'm getting tired. So that this always makes the flowers pop so much. I love that part. And this is also to work on this some more. So I'm just outlining the petals with white in some areas to add some light, so to speak. Not all the outlines, because if I do that, then it kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, right away I can tell. I'm even able to tell, like, when I do, because I think our eyes are like used to see a certain things, right? Like there's a physics to the world that light only bends one way or another. So right away when I add color, when I add white, I can feel like, okay, light's going this way. I need to complete that circle, but leave that dark because I'll be in the dark. And that's okay here, and that part needs a little bit because it sits on top. Yeah, thank you. I'm hoping that you'll stay that way. That it keep the pop after I fill more in. Oh, I can feel this paper is still so damp. And also the white helps like separate the petals and define them too, which is very much necessary, I think. Continue to define them. Leave this be, leave this be. Maybe something a little bit here. The last bit of white really adds the light into the painting, which is the life of it. I missed one. And here I'm kind of outlining like how the watercolors, not this part when I was doing earlier, how the watercolor kind of spread. Mm. Mm. So I think it looks so much, the white looks way better on the areas that's dark for obvious reasons. The contrast is more intense. Something I keep in mind. Yes. Maybe just a little bit here. Yeah. And then the stuff that's more in the background, I'm not going to do white because I want them to fade in and not stand out. Almost there, guys. You need any? I think that's it. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna stop here for today. Let's take a look. I am working on 3 painting a triglyph at the same time, and I'm like 90% done with number 1. I still need to paint the or bed here. I'm gonna do that when all 3 are done, and then paint all 3 of them at once. Get closer. There's flowers at the bottom. There's the mid-tier flower, and then it branches out to the top with all these branches in between. And then I started working on number 2. I actually got a lot further than I thought I would, actually. Number 2 is starting to take shape. I especially love how some of these areas, the layering of colors starting to look very cool. And then for this one, I like these areas, especially these really intense colors. So I'm gonna keep that in mind as I'm working on the next 2. Yeah. So it is a new concept I'm working on. They're inspired by the Japanese ikebana floral arrangements. I don't know what I'm gonna call this series yet, but it's very much I want to lean into the harmonized feeling, balance, maybe simplicity. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the past almost 4 hours. Wow. I'm working on three paintings at once, a triglyph. They are, number one is, 90, 90% done, I say. I probably had to mess butts with it a little bit more to get it to 100%. And yeah, if you're watching and just discovering me today, haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and follow button depending on where you're watching this. I am simultaneously live on Twitter, on X and on YouTube right now. And maybe do both. I'll really appreciate that too. And little announcement, I do have a set of 4 fine art prints just released yesterday available in my Etsy shop. They will come with frames. They are frames. They'll be shipped to you ready to hang. So if you need a holiday present for yourself or someone else, another female who will appreciate my art and my style, please consider that. And then lastly, if you like what I'm doing and you like my art, maybe consider joining my VIP list. I share exclusive discounts and maybe sometimes early release giveaways to my VIPs only. So the link is in the description below. Please consider that if you're interested. And then lastly, like PP postscript, I am gonna be on Thanksgiving break next week. I'm so sorry, I'm breaking again. So I will be back the week after that, first week of December, and finish this painting probably live with you guys. And between now and then, if you want to chat with me, find out how to buy my art, for example, feel free to DM me. I am on Instagram, on X, on TikTok. I'm everywhere. So wherever you feel comfortable, find me and DM me. All right. Thank you so much for everybody who's watching, everybody who came and went. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and watching me paint and share your thoughts with me. Okay. Have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the month, actually, at this point, and I'll see you back in December. Okay. Bye, guys.